we're actually going to go into Research Got Talent, and which is an annual competition showcasing the best and brightest young research talent from all around the world. And to talk to you about that, I do invite Steph Perry and May Chantra. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please do give us a brief introductions about yourselves, where you come from.
Sure, you go. Okay. My name's Steph Perry. I am from Brisbane, Australia, and I work for a company called Ipsos. May have heard of it.
Perhaps.
And yeah, I was the 2020 winner, the first winner in Australia.
Cool. And my name's May. I'm from also, Australia, but Melbourne, Australia, and I'm currently client-side actually, so I work with ESOP at the moment, but during the time of Research Got Talent, I was with Lewis Research.
Great. Again, welcome. I know that you guys came from quite a bit of a other side of the world to be here with us, but I really do want to talk about the research that you guys conducted. So Steph, tell me about your research and why it's so important and fundamental for our current times.
Yes, so the research I did was about supporting elderly Australians in Australia during COVID-19 with social isolation and loneliness. The NGO that I was working with was already working to address this issue because it was already an issue in Australia with poor mental well-being for our older population. And then COVID happened and it got way, way worse with them having no access to anyone outside of their home or even outside of their room in aged care facilities. So we worked to address that issue.
It's a very honorable and important topic to touch. I think mental health is a huge, huge issue, especially during the COVID times. I think it's important for us to point out the fact that you guys are winners from 2021, and although we actually never had the chance to make your research and your win known to everyone because of the pandemic, it's important that I give you the stage right now because you've done an amazing, amazing job.
Thank you.
May, what about you?
So I worked with a organisation called Courage to Care, and they teach school children how to be upstanders within their school and their community. So they equip them with kind of understanding what discrimination is and what bullying looks like, how that prevails in different kind of ages and levels, and how to help themselves and their friends and speak up against that as well. And so the organisation at the time wanted to move into a professional space, so they provide those services for free, and they wanted to move to professional services so that they could kind of charge a fee for service model and keep their social enterprise at the moment sustainable. And it's a huge thing for us. We were drawn to them straight away because my partner and I, who couldn't be here at the time, she is also female and Asian Australians, and it's something I think that we grew up with, and we kind of, that's the kind of discrimination that we faced. Don't want to get too dark, but I think everybody goes through something quite similar. And at the time it was Brittany Higgins was happening in Australia, which was where a young female was sexually kind of assaulted in Parliament House, so that was happening at the time. There was deaths in custody for Indigenous Australians. We had, Me Too constantly going as well, and those kinds of things. So, and it was also during the time of COVID, so there was a bit more division, I think, with kind of just Asians in general, Asian Americans, Asian Australians, and so we really felt like we wanted to talk about this, and this was something we wanted to work on.
That's a very, like I said, very important cause as well. And no, you didn't get very dark. I think it's a topic that needs to be addressed, and issues that are going on not only, like you say, in Australia, but everywhere. So thank you for sharing that. What about in your careers? Because I can imagine that this has really plummeted your career, excelled your career. How has this changed your professional lives?
For me, it was always something I wanted to do. I love working with NGOs and social enterprises and have always been really drawn to them. I first stumbled upon a social entrepreneurship course at uni, and when I graduated and started working, I was like, I want to do that kind of thing again. So it was actually a really great opportunity because we don't usually work with a lot of social organizations, so I loved that. And then once we finished the project, there was another one. Someone had reached out to us and wanted some help. It was another small project called cybersecurity, and they also go to schools and teach children about cybersecurity. And so the my leaders in my organisation at the time, they were like, May, do you want to do this project? I was like, oh my gosh, yes, definitely. So that was really great. And then I think on top of that also, we've grown quite a lot of connections, I think, across borders. Steph's from Brisbane. ADIA is based in Sydney, which is our local association. And yeah, they're here today, and just, yeah, it's all been very supportive, and you don't know who you don't know until, you know, something like this, and so it's been a great experience.
Yeah.
How about you?
So I was the inaugural winner, so it was very exciting. They really wanted to promote the competition and get it out there, and so they were putting me forward for articles with Ad News. I think they did that for you guys as well, with like a Young Guns edition, which was nice. I got a lot of exposure within my company, which is a really large one, both nationally and globally, and then just broad industry connections as well, which was incredible. One of the things that I'm really proud of that came from the competition is that our charity came back to us and wanted to do something extra. And so they had partnered with the B Team, which is Richard Branson's NGO, where CEOs do good. They give back, they work on important social issues. Yeah. They had created a new initiative called Be Well, which is about mental well-being for employees. So we're working with them to get Australia's top 100 companies to participate in this initiative to better understand employee mental well-being in the workplace. And it's really exciting. It means that I have even more connections, and it's really engaging people in the C-suite, which is amazing. I'm just this little researcher sitting here surrounded by CEOs talking about big, big problems, and that's very exciting for me.
And I can imagine it's very rewarding as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ladies, congratulations once again. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing, great work, especially in the health and mental part of the research. So, again, thank you. Thank you for being
Thank you so
here.
much.
Thanks for having us.
For those of you that actually want to try out and want to submit your research, if you're one of the young researchers like these two ladies are, and you'd like to join the competition next year, please do contact your local society, association to find out whether you can and are eligible to participate in the competition. For now, thank you very much.